I mean, of all the games this weekend,
absolutely,
I didn't half enjoy this one. I know it's not a ton of goals. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the energy of Newcastle United, Rob, with the same team again to the Champions League.
Incredible.
And PSG, and then no subs. I mean, my thought was, can they still get the energy? But the fans and supporters at St James's Park pushed this team forward. We saw, Rob, two teams that are very close in terms of the Premier League points, etc. But talk about two teams with a different spirit, mentality, togetherness, direction, leadership, team ethic. I mean, night and day difference. Now, we know Manchester United, that is, both Uniteds. Manchester United have got star individuals that have got them out of trouble before. But how about Newcastle United, Rob, in terms of a team that... unbelievable work ethic, togetherness, grinding, tough, durable, talented. I thought it was a brilliant game of football. Newcastle absolutely deserved winners at 1-0. The scoreline flat as Manchester United a little bit. What a good game, Rob, and what a good team this Newcastle United team is.
I think you hit it on the head when I just put, two teams heading in different directions with different guys in charge. Eddie Howe hasn't got as good a players probably as Manchester United. Some of the individuals. I mean, let's just take Marcus Rashford and Anthony Gordon.
Of course.
Two wide players who both playing for England. Who both one's trying to get a game for England and one's playing for England.
Yep.
Let's just look at what they do.
Brilliant.
Their body language, what they give to their club, what they do in terms of their defending responsibility, their attacking prowess, their productivity. I mean, it couldn't be a bigger contrast in two players, Rob, who absolutely sum up the difference between. And Manchester United, I've got the sense, Rob, where I watched Ten Hag and listened to the interview and a few of the players and these rumours again. He's fallen. It's almost like Manchester United are happy now to play the underdog. Oh, we're Man United. We've got all these players out. There's always a reason why Manchester United aren't playing well, aren't doing well, aren't controlling games. It's it's like they've become all of a sudden, I don't know, a promoted team in the league, and we've got they're underdogs. This Man United are playing Newcastle. There was times when Newcastle, however good they were, have struggled to live with a great United team. This Eddie Howe team gave them an absolute lesson in team spirit and character, mate. Forget all the other bits. Forget the football and the what you do and what you don't do and stats and numbers. Just a team who wanted to do what they've done after as hard a week as United have had, as many players out as if United have, but want to do something for the team, for the manager and for the set of fans. And the contrast was an embarrassment, and I don't use that word. It was an embarrassment to Manchester United.
Rob, where are we? But by the way, we swing from one to another, and now we swing from, oh my goodness, Man United, this, that, and the other. Then they come back, and I think I said the last game, well, that's better. That's it. They're starting to climb out of a hole now.
3-0 v Everton. 3-0.
Really comfortable versus Everton. The Champions League game, for the most part, was better. Galatasaray away, the goalkeeper chucks a couple of goals in, but it was generally decent. And then they go away in a tough environment, difficult place to go, not a ton of rest. Same for both teams, although, all fairness, Manchester United, I think, had a day's less rest and they got a little bit of travel. And your analogy is a really good one, Rob, with Anthony Gordon, and Martial and Marcus Rashford. Now, what we did focus on in the studio today, Rob, was you see the clips afterwards of Rashford coming off and Martial coming off, and Ten Hag, they're looking, cheesed off for the manager as they come off. And now I'm not torn, but there's two sides to this. The first side of it is Martial and Marcus Rashford. How about stop being a sulky and fed up because you're out of the game, and whatever isn't right for you in this team or with this manager, it's affecting you. How about you give something back? One of the most important lessons I learned in football from a very early age is that players are there to please the manager. The manager's not there to please the players. The players are there, and that was my number one goal. Every single day I go in training and play on a match is to please my manager. Now, sometimes, I feel he's unfair to me. That still continues with me as my prime objective.
Yeah.
These two players have had plenty of opportunities, particularly Marcus Rashford still in the side after not playing well. The other side of the coin is, does Erik ten Hag have to do a better job of getting the team spirit and getting people on board and players not to look like they're fed up and that maybe is this the guy to lead us forward? We've had that many times at the football club, so I am torn on it, Rob, a little bit in terms of who's more at fault here, Ten Hag for not getting the players excited about playing for Manchester United, or some of these players that have been there a while that look flipping down in the dumps, face like a smacked ass and do a little bit better for their manager.
Well, eventually, Rob, it comes on the manager, and you're right. Maybe it was a different era when you had to please the manager, or you'd be out the team, and you wouldn't get the new contract, and so you were driven to perform for yourself and for your future. It's very different now, Rob. The very fact we are talking about Anthony Martial leading the line for Manchester United in 2023, where we are, tells you everything. This guy has not been right for this football club for the last 5 years, Rob, and he's still there. Marcus Rashford is an interesting one. Because I look at Anthony Gordon, we'll go back to that contrast. Remember he fell out with Eddie Howe, had a big tantrum when he came off. I think it was Fulham away, if I meant, or Brentford. And he got bought on, he bought off, and he had a tantrum, and there was all talk, he's coming for all this big money. Eddie Howe handled that, Rob. He managed him, and look what we're seeing now.
Right.
Absolutely seen it. Erik ten Hag doesn't seem to me as though he's that kind of manager who can manipulate those situations, get players back on side. We're now at the point with Marcus Rashford, who signed a 4-year, I think, somewhere close to 350 to 400,000 pounds a week, who at the moment, Rob, doesn't deserve to start in your first 11. Let's get it right. Now, my question, maybe for if I'm backing Rashford, is tell me one Manchester United player who's playing well. Give me one who's playing somewhere near their capacity. Maguire's come back and done a bit better. Bruno's probably at a consistency at times. We've had a flash of Garnacho. We've had a flash of 1-2 in them. There's no so where's the base for success collectively and individually for this group? You have to look at the manager for that, Rob. And I think of all the signings he's made and the decent players he's inherited are all playing way below where they should be. That is my worry for Manchester United.
And that accountability lies with Erik ten Hag. I did a bit of a stats, dive into it. So he's had 3 windows. He's spent more than $500 million, and I had a big list of the players, right? $500 million on players, right, to make his own team. And I think in terms of numbers, I think it's 11 or 12 new players. That's a whole new team. And if you go through that list, Rob, Lisandro Martinez, the Argentine, I'd say is a successful signing. He's out injured right now. They miss him, but a very good signing. Other than that, by the way, Rob, other than that, and there's been flashes from Casemiro, there's been flashes from Eriksen, flashes for others, but so many players that haven't done anything. I'll make it very simple, right, Rob? And I can't think anything's going to change my mind on this. I'll make it very simple. If at the end of the season, Manchester United are not in the top 4 positions, or actually it might be 5 because there might be another Champions League spot.
The Champions League
spot. If they don't qualify for the Champions League, then his time is up. It's up. And I know Manchester United fans are frustrated. Oh, here we go again. We're changing around. And, well, yeah, you do change around until you get the right guy. If it's proven after that, it'll be almost 2 years in charge. It'll be 4 transfer windows, 500 million plus more. If you can't show development from last year, which was a step up last year, and you go back down again, and we get the production from new signings of what we've got, then there's got to be another change. There's a perfect guy out there somewhere for Man United, Rob. We've seen it with the guy that goes in at Aston Villa. We've seen it the guy that goes in at Tottenham Hotspur. We see it in the guy that goes in at Brighton Hove Albion. There are perfect fits in football, right? And if Man United have to change another one, then so be it. We've seen it before with different clubs, particularly Chelsea. They keep changing. Here we go, winner. It's okay. I don't think we're in that phase anymore, Rob, where we stick 2 or 3, 4 years. He'll get it right. Listen, you have 4 windows over nearly a 2-year period, and you're going down the way, particularly a club like Manchester United, then somebody else has a go. That guy might pop in the door, and when he pops in the door and the vibe changes and the feeling changes, Jim Ratcliffe's going to bring a whole new hierarchy. We understand.
That's what I was just going to say. That's
obviously the most important
I think that's the big point.
Yeah,
I think that becomes your big point to the argument, is a new owner coming in or part owner with a view of how sporting franchises should run, putting the right people in the right places. Doesn't have any real affinity to Ten Hag. I think with the Glazers it was a bit of an easy option, and let them tick along as long as the finances were coming in. But yeah, I'd agree with you. I think with Jim Ratcliffe there could be something of a change, mate.
Rob, let me just chuck it back here, because I'm going to chuck in my weekly underappreciated performer, and it is from a player in this game. You'll be not surprised it's from a Newcastle United player, and it's one of those again where it's like underappreciated / watch this guy, Tino Livramento, 21 years of age, can play right back. Played left back in this game. He is a talent, Robbie Earle.
Yeah.
He's an absolute talent, and he can slot in different spots. Again, at a great age, real good quality on the ball, really good pace, was very comfortable in an unusual position. Trippier plays where he wants to play on the right. Livramento switches over to the left-hand side. I think this kid is a really, really good player, and I try and throw these guys forward. And so maybe some of our viewers and listeners will know all about him and appreciate what he does. Maybe others not so much, but watch him. Very, very good young player. He's had his injury issues after joining Newcastle United, so we haven't seen that much of him, but he's fit now, looks sharp now. He's going to be a future very important national team player for England, Tino Livramento. I just think he's one to watch, and he had a very good game. And because I guess he's kind of new to the team a little bit. I think he's an outstanding talent, so he gets my award for this weekend.
It's a good shout, really good shout. I saw him playing in the League Cup. I think when Newcastle went to United, Rob, he was excellent that day as well. I think he played right back then. I think they gave Trippier a bit of a rest, but as you say, can play both sides.
Comfy on the ball.
Talented, can run with the ball, got good delivery, he's got good size, good strength. And just what you would sense, Rob, when we're talking about transfers, just a good bit of business.
My goodness.
You get him from Chelsea, you get him at a good age, you get a couple of years just to get him back. He had a bad injury, didn't he, that just hampered his progress a little bit, but he's coming back to full fitness, and what a great sort of understudy to Trippier, who continues to keep delivering good things. I'm all over that one. Livramento, I think, is a really good shout. And England are blessed with plenty of good right backs at the moment, mate. Your mate Gareth wouldn't know who to pick.
They've got so many, And I just finally on it, Rob, I just want the signings that Newcastle made compared to Man United. I mean, I just look at the starting lineup. Isak's a great signing. 7 in 10. All right, it's more than that, isn't it? No, 7 in 10, I think it is. You got Anthony Gordon. Becoming a key player, Rob. He's becoming a very key player for this football club. Livramento, Trippier, I think was Eddie Howe's first signing. Nick Pope in goal. I mean, go on and on and on. Bruno. It's all about recruitment. I'm sorry, it is. It's all about recruitment. Who you bring in. And Newcastle have got it spot on with good people in those higher positions within the football club.
And just fingers crossed for Nick Pope. You did mention him, Rob. There's sense that he might have caught his shoulder, didn't they? They're talking about Eddie Howe said today they're going to see the medical people. They're hoping he doesn't have to have an operation, but he's already had one, Rob.
I think
he's already one on it.
He's already dislocated it. He's got surgery, and he's done it again.
Recurrence of it, which that's going to need a big pin in. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not as bad as first thought. But obviously, that's going to be a massive blow to Newcastle, losing Nick Pope, who's been a big part of that defensive lineup that's done him so well in the Premier League and in Europe this season. So good luck to Nick Pope on that one.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock. And be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you there.